Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Brian Gower, Kyle McIntyre. Sorry, I got confused.
McIntyre. Coming at you.
Oh, yeah. Hot? No, not really. Coming at you hot.
Hot and ready.
Yeah, no, it's like 43 degrees here, so it's, it's kind of chilly.
It's like the Little Caesars. I'm like, hot and ready. Is it good? It's hot and ready. Here you go.
It did not say it was good.
Is it good pizza? It's hot and ready. $5. Here you go. Damn.
It's the bare minimum. We cannot lie. All right.
We did that once.
Right, we got some trouble with our lawyers.
Went to our boy's place, and like he's like kind of out like Las Vegas area or whatever. And it's like, oh, dude, let's get Little Caesars. I'm like, oh, and you and I think we didn't eat really all day. Then we got that, and we just both crushed Little Caesars. He's like, good fucking God.
Yeah. It's like $5.
Yeah, it's $5 each. I'm like, that's a great meal. I'm like, no, that's a terrible fucking meal. What you just did to your system. And we're gonna chase it down with some fucking Coors Lights or whatever. Anyway, good. Those were the days. Kyle,
Those were the days.
Kyle, what's shaking? What's grooving? What is good in your world?
Well, yeah, not a whole lot, right? I've been trying to challenge myself with doing I guess music lately, just recording something, here and there.
Mm-hmm.
My sister was over the other day and we were talking. I was like, oh, you've never heard, going over like songs that I loved as a kid, like, oh, you've never heard of this song or this song. I'm like, oh, what about this music video makes the song. It's like, I think I was talking about what's that, was it Queens of the Stone Age? I mean, I know you don't like them a whole lot, but
I think I only really I've only have heard and I have liked the singles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's fine.
And they're good. I mean, the song Go With The Flow,
Yeah.
The
that's cartoon one.
Yeah. They have most of their videos are actually cartoon, by the way.
Okay.
But great song. Like, awesome song. Really cool, interesting music video. Like, as a kid, I didn't realize how many sexual innuendos were in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole time. Like, like the cars crash together and like the hood, like the shape of the car, like they like sex, like the two symbols come together.
It's basically like sex. So
it's basically sex. I like sex.
As a kid, you just busted in your pants.
I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, oh
man, I need a ding dong. You get up and I need a toaster strudel. And you're like, your mind instantly changes to like what you're doing, and you're like, God damn it, somebody ate all the fucking frosting. Well, I'm still gonna eat it. This is retributions for the time I took 2 frostings, and then you move on. Time for Legos.
Damn. Well, it's not like a super I don't know. It's not a super crazy song, but it's just like a song that always captured my attention because it's like as soon as the song starts, it's like go. Mm-hmm. It's just like has that rock piano, and then the music video is kind of captivating because it's like it's only 3 colors.
Yeah,
it's like red, black, and white.
Yeah, it's
and
definitely
you know what's going on the whole time. It's not like
is that the So is it called reductive kind of
You're
like
the
artwork?
Sure,
where it's like you have maybe a limit of I don't know if you can see some of the artwork I have. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, okay, the paper is one color, and then you're using maybe 2 or 3 others. Yeah. And so, like, this one, the Dave Haas one, the paper is actually red. So he's screen printing, like
like black over it.
Black,
darker
and
colors.
then, so 3 colors, but it looks like 4. So with that one, you're kind of using some of the negative space as, anyways, yada, yada.
Yeah, like everything's saturated red then, and the black is like the vehicle, the road, whatever, and then
the
white
highlights
is like
are white,
white like people's eyes or their teeth or whatever. So it's really cool contrast and it's unique. At the time, it was captivating to me, and it's not like I think I've talked about Red Hot Chili Peppers like Californication. Like, well, it's like a fucking video game. Wow, this was just like art. It's like this is interesting, has my attention. But that Californication video is pretty sick still.
I'm just looking at the video. It looks like my posters are not centered, but it could be just of how I have my camera. I'm like, it's gonna. I wonder if anybody notices. Yeah, I'm just noticing that now.
Are your guitars hanging at an angle? Are you on a ship?
Yeah,
you're like a cargo ship.
I'll fix that next time. I'm just noticing that now. Okay, cool.
Well, I try and
been like a month.
I try and line up the top of like the camera. I'll do it here, like with the ceiling. Like I could do it a little bit better, but it's like, all right, we're all right. You won't notice it like that necessarily.
Yeah. Anyways,
but you got to get those Fender headstocks in there too.
Yeah.
So I don't have no fucking G&Ls.
Get that branding, baby.
Branding, baby. I bought both of those used.
Yeah, I know. Both used, so it didn't actually go to Fender.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. I mean, they made them. They sold them.
Yeah, I know, but still, they don't need more money.
We'll talk about that bass later. But anyways, I recorded. I did like I don't think it's ready to put out as a bumper. A bumper.
Sorry, mister.
Yeah. But I did a cover of that song. But I wanted it completely different. So I did.
Okay.
I didn't do like the rock piano, which is like the best part of the song, to be honest. But I did just like a slower version with the, try to figure out the chords.
Yeah.
I just kind of went through it and I didn't want to watch, how do they play this? Because then I would have tried to play it the same way. I just kind of like, what are the chords? Okay. That's what I'm going to, record it in, and then I'm going to sing to it. And I did like a very slow, which is like way off. It's not something I normally do. But, a high vocal and a low vocal. And then like the high vocal is just like super reverby. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Just kind of blend it.
Yeah, no, that's rad. We never got to really have piano as like a mainstay in our band, but if we did, I think you and I both would think of every song do the rock piano thing.
Yeah.
Every single one just not the entertainer. But it's like the exact thing that you're thinking of, like the eighth notes, just
eighth notes.
And like to me, I'm like, yes, that's cool. I mean, I can do other things. I'm like, shut up and play only that.
I've added that to a song, just like, well, let's see what it sounds like, and it stands out. You're like, oh, that's really cool. It's not like a super sophisticated song. It's just kind of me messing around, but it stands out as, I don't know. I think we probably had it as a bumper or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This is going to sound stupid. I bet I've already asked you this. But I'm going to ask you again. Have you noticed now that you're adding more keys into songs and you're kind of like adding that like in synth and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And then you're adding more, your rock and roll instruments as, guitar and bass. That was reverse burp right there. We'll leave it in.
Yeah, I heard it.
Thanks. And are you noticing that you're trying to have the keys and bass not step on each other? Or are you noticing that can be a conflict? Because I have still haven't really added keys to any songs yet. Because I'm in the opposite way where I'm stripping everything back. I want 2 guitars, right and left, bass, and maybe 1 lead. That's my goal for my song.
The only time I've really had like I have the bass and I guess a synth is like is when I have like a bass synth going on, but I kind of just have them all kind of play both and just kind of figure out which one works the best for the song. But as for like playing like chords or piano, I mean, I haven't really had them conflict. I mean, okay. I'm also not like doing anything super technical,
Because I know that some people will cut out bass guitar because they have a piano. So I always wondered, I'm like, are they like, you getting, redundant at that point? But to me, I'm like,
I don't think so.
Maybe because you and I are both on the same mindset. I'm like, why the fuck would you cut out bass guitar in a rock song? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah. What fits better in a fucking tour van?
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe you would try.
Push that fucking Steinway down the fucking street there.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
You would, they have wheels on it and they just ride it down.
Just brake.
Yeah.
It's like the wheels break, the legs break, just flat on the ground, like shit.
There's
Catches like a sewer grate, just
it's like
fucking
kicking
toast.
it around like it's a skateboard or whatever. There's this guy at my work. I stopped myself, but I'm gonna say he's more this kid at my work.
This young whippersnapper.
Yeah, he's like young, and then saw him skating around on a cart, like with like product on it. I'm like, I basically looked at him like, yeah, and he like stopped, and he was like it's fun, but I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And that's how I know that I'm getting old. Like, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Well, as it comes down to it, you're like, oh, well, you were there. You didn't say anything. If you
Not even that, but I'm just
head.
like, if I wouldn't do that. Because if I fell, I'd be like,
call an ambulance.
It'd be the wasted from GTA. Slow-mo. My body, I'm like Kimbo. I'm just dead.
You're going out of the fucking windshield of the car.
What happened? Brian bumped his knee on something. Wasted.
In the water.
Just
face down.
Anyways, but yeah. We're going all over the place. So a little late night today. I was fucking around trying to figure out Zoom and my Apollo
you were
Universal.
fucking around and finding out. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, we did not find out.
We did not.
I found out that I was pissed.
Yeah.
There's that much. Hello. Still pissed off at Universal Audio. Of course, it fucking worked just stopped working all of a sudden. And I was like getting different ways of like, okay, Kyle wasn't getting the delayed repeats and stuff like that, and then but I don't have a way to record him, and then I'm like, okay, he was getting the repeats, but I can record him. I'm like, okay, there has to be a way for this to work. Anyways, I'm just trying to forget it all. Kyle, what's new? What else is new with you?
All right, so that cover, I just been bullshitting, making other things, making songs like I do, and I was looking at my bass. I was like, okay, I've been playing that thing for a while. It's if anyone doesn't know, I mean, it's an 04 American series bass. It's obviously it's maple, like a satin finish on it.
Yeah.
On the neck.
Yeah.
And I've had it for a long time. Played the shit out of it. Absolutely. I would bring it down and bring it over here, but I don't think it would really focus. You really see it, but
yeah.
I'll post it in the group, I guess, or maybe I'll get a better picture you can post on Instagram. I have played the absolute shit out of this thing. It needs a refret. And I wouldn't say it needs a visually, it needs a refret bad. Like, people look at it and go, what in the fuck? But it doesn't buzz. It doesn't have, I don't have any problems with it, right?
Yeah.
I think because it has a really good setup on it. And it was set up while it was, gouged, grooved, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that helps, but it plays fine. No buzzing, nothing. So I was like, let me just kind of call around town because, Austin's a music town, as they say. Yeah. The dying music scene.
Austin's a music town. Nashville's a music town. LA. Yeah. I'm like,
what
they all
Dallas
fucking
a music
suck.
Town too?
They all fucking suck. You could do music anywhere. Don't move somewhere to do this.
Exactly. So I was like, let me call a shop about a refret because I've let's see. I can't remember what I did in San Diego. If I had called someone, I had talked to shops about them doing refrets. Yeah. And it's one of those things that people don't want to do. You find out while you're talking to them, especially this guy. This guy's like, well, I could do refret, and when I mentioned I want to maybe do stainless steel because I want to keep this bass. Like I've been playing the shit out of it. I mean, it's made it from I started playing in 06 technically. Yeah. 06 to now, it's been a long
ass time, yeah.
Yeah, and it's made it this far on standard fret wire, right?
Yeah,
the nickel.
That'll be 20 years in what? Well, I mean 4 years, but I'm like 20. That's a long time to own that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've played the shit out of it. Obviously not in the last couple, years, I guess, but
still, it's the only bass you have over there. So
yeah, it is. So I was thinking, okay, well, refret. I called the guy. I just typed in refret on Austin or luthier and kind of went down the list of the things they would do. And I can't remember the name of the shop. Probably doesn't matter. But he's like, I told him what I wanted. I'm like, I need a refret on a maple P bass, because I know maple is a hang up too. Because it's like, it's clear coated, and the clear coat, they literally spray it on top of the frets. So
but by that time, it should have been polished or ground off.
Yeah, but there's still like, on this, there's still clear coat on like the edges of the frets.
Yeah.
But it's not like rosewood where they put it on and then it's like the rosewood is unfinished.
Yeah.
The maple, they finish it because it just attracts dirt. So I told him I wanted stainless. He's like, oh, I don't really like doing stainless. He's like, his number went.
You yell at him. Nobody does.
His number went from $700, which is already really high.
Yeah. That's
to $900. Once I had told him I wanted stainless, he's like, "Yeah, we don't like to do stainless because it ruins like your tool. It's like because it's a harder material to work with. It's blah blah. If I have to reshape the fretboard, stainless doesn't like to lay flat. Like nickel is more forgiving. So he's kind of going, like, okay, Jesus Christ, like $900. I could get a new neck. I mean, I have a new neck at home." Technically, but I wouldn't want to put it on there. I want to keep it how it is. It looks great how it is. So he's like, here's another shop that this guy does stainless and he loves doing stainless. I'm like, perfect. I like that already. That already sounds like it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
He gave me the information. I called the guy.
Farms it off to the guy. He's like, this guy doesn't get work.
This guy fucking loves stainless. He's like,
he's the best in the fucking city.
Just get the fuck off my phone.
Yeah.
I gotta polish my knob, if you know what I mean.
The best stainless in the valley. This guy.
Stain less? Why not stain more? This guy's crazy.
Yeah. Stain more.
He's got so much stain less, it's stain more.
Yeah.
So
he's John Stamos over
there. Damn. Good one. Not really. Good. No, it was good. It was good.
All right. I'll slob that one in.
So there's a shop I think I'm going to take it to now. So I don't need to do it right now, though. But, I think he seems to know what he's talking about. I told him, what I kind of gave him a rundown. I played the shit out of this thing. It's not buzzing, but, time and money is what it's going to come down to. So I was like, do I have the time to even take it down there? It's in Austin. And, money, obviously. Do I need to even drop? He quoted me around $500, so it's like half the cost, which is still
a lot
up there.
Of money, but
still up there.
Well, same thing. I guess it's different for a guitar than a bass, especially your bass. Like you said, you post pictures. I don't have nearly the grooves on my basses, or guitars. I guess with even my Strat, I think that one was kind of worn down for a while, but just a re-crowning or whatever the hell that polish took care of that.
Crowning. Prairie dog in it.
I think I was like in the early stages of my equids. I was like, I want stainless, but he ended up doing nickel on it. So
yeah,
and
I hear it's a pain in the ass. I get it,
and that's what eventually, if there's ever a day that I want to do it, we'll send that neck back to Kevin Equitz and be like, put stainless. And he's like, smack. He just like, boink, boink. He just destroys it. Like, no. He just smashes his phone. No.
Kevin giveth and Kevin taketh away.
Yeah, or he'll just smash the guitar. He'll crack it in half. He's like, never.
So it's
first
so
the
bad.
Evertune, then the fucking no.
Yeah.
I really don't mind stainless frets. I know the guitar knobs, those guys over there. Tony especially was like like they've had like multiple episodes where they talk about stainless versus nickel frets and stuff like that. And to me, stainless frets are super smooth.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it. Stainless are smooth and I don't care. And maybe they have a difference in sound. but I mean, playing your Cabernita with stainless is still rad. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And the fact that it'll stay there for
forever,
maybe not forever, but for way longer,
Yeah.
In comparison, I'm like, fuck it, might as well do it.
I think I don't know if I got stainless on the bass one too. I can't remember what those are, but on the other bass I was building, still need to finish all those projects. But it's funny, Johnny looked at this because I sent a picture of it, and Johnny's like, "Why do you have so many nuts on your bass? Like, they're grooved?
Yeah,
they're grooved like nuts."
Well, when I think when I took your bass in for setup and a new nut, in Repair Zone in San Diego, they put a bone nut in there. Because I figure, I like them. They last for a really long time. So I'm like, okay, just going to put that in there for yours. Because I think you had the stock one, which was like a plastic one, which is, fine. Until it was kind of getting too low. And then put the bone nut in there. And the guy was like, holy Jesus. So like, he's like, these frets. Like he was looking at them. It's like, one, they probably have been like, was it polished or and ground down for so long, like they're not very big anyways.
Yeah,
and it could have been just like the model of that Fender, but it's like they're not the jumbo frets, big old guys.
Yeah,
and he was like, and then even also now your grooves. He's like, wow, okay.
Action's really low.
He's like, how much for a refret? And he's like, oh fuck. And I'm like, and he wants stainless. Oh shit. I think he was in San Diego. It was like around 700.
Okay.
And even talking to Justin Motonder Jones and Wood and Dan over there.
Yeah.
They were like, they're just like, I think they both of them were just like, because they don't want to do it.
Yeah. But they don't want to do stainless.
Have you tried asking? Have you tried
finding someone who gives a fuck? No, they're nice guys.
We're doing our own. We're doing our own thing. I think that's what a lot of people do. It's like doing.
Have you tried sending it back to
refinishes or?
Yeah.
refinishes and stuff like that. They're like, no, we're kind of working our own thing, which totally makes sense, right?
He's like,
anyway, so you got that going.
I'd back it, but have you tried calling the Corona factory? How's the customer service on that end? Yeah, I don't think so.
Go to call Fender.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Fender's like,
my frets are bad. It's a 20-year-old bass.
My 20-year-old bass. My 20-year-old bass. They're like, click.
If there's anyone that would actually answer the phone, someone that picks it up on accident. Finally.
I've been waiting here for fucking
20 years.
45 minutes.
That shop, I think I'll probably go with them. I'm gonna take the whole bass in because he wants to obviously see. He's gonna
see this piece of shit.
Yeah, let's see this hunk of shit.
Puts his glasses on. Let me see this piece of shit.
Yeah, and he said he's only like 3 weeks out for work. So I'm like, oh, that's great. It's actually pretty quick for like a whole job. And he said, he might have to sand the fretboard depending on how the next fret wire fits and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh fuck, it's quite a bit of work.
Yeah,
but
and that's another thing too.
Yeah, a lot cheaper than $900.
Yeah, definitely. With fret wire, I don't know what most of my shit is.
Yeah.
I know it's all nickel, and I have no idea what, like, the jumbo, I have no clue.
Was it 150 or... There's, anyways.
Yeah, ask me. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And then even, like, radius of fretboard, I barely know.
Yeah.
And even like the size of the neck, couldn't tell you really, or like the shape of the neck. No.
Yeah. I don't really know what mine is. I just like it.
Yeah. And same thing with, I think the only one that I ever had like was the Equits Rayburn. I just told Kevin, I'm like, oh, make it like the red one that you gave Blake or sold to Blake. I don't know if he bought it or whatever. But that
from the Blake Hess.
Yeah.
From the Toe Mob.
Yeah.
Light him up.
Yep. Do that same one. He's like, oh, okay. Well, that was a big one. So I'm like, yep, do that same one. I've no idea how big it is.
Thickness. You got the same thickness of that?
Yeah, the same thing.
Wow.
So I'm like, yep, that whole thing. And like things that some people would be particular about, I'm like, I don't know.
Surprised me.
It was, I should know how many frets my Equitz is. I don't. I think it's 23 because I was talking to Justin and Dan, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't even think about frets like past like maybe 14 or 16 because I never use past 5." And then I'm like, I don't even know how much my Equitz is, and he's like, I think he says it's 23 because Kevin chooses 23 because nobody does. So I think all his guitars are 23 frets. Anyways, and I think that's like I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing. Anyway,
yeah,
and I just have no idea. I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. Anyways, mine's purple. It's got an Everton bridge on it too. That's pretty sick. Anyways, you like pizza?
Hell yeah, dude.
I just non sequiturs. But yeah, no, a little project for the bass there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That was the shop I talked to the guy was really cool actually. So I don't know. Anyone in the Austin area, it's rocket science, but it's like rocket science.
Yeah.
Fucking rocket science.
We're playing rock music. All right. Yeah. Let's go.
Dude, it made me start thinking of like how many dumb names like equipment that's floating around. It's like a rock axe. Oh, 6. Fucking this guitar is only for rock guys. You can't use it for whatever. And also it leads you to like, oh, this is a jazz bass.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jazz Master.
Yeah.
How many people like actually play jazz on a Jazz Master?
Yeah.
Discuss.
Yeah. I don't know. I see that. Or, yeah, just the rock. Or was it the J Rocket? Maybe it's spelled. No. What's that one? It's a J Rocket pedal company or whatever.
J Rock, baby.
J Rock, baby.
Yeah, I think it's J Rocket pedals.
Maybe it's spelled differently.
I know there's like 2 rock amps.
Oh yeah.
Like how much rock? 2 rock.
Yeah. What's 2 notes? Well, I mean, I play more than 2 notes though.
Don't lie.
So, not anymore.
I don't play nothing no more.
Anyways, I guess something else that's new. I started getting a little off track. Found this guy, Pat Fernity.
Okay, yeah.
So I was telling you about it. It's fucking hilarious. This guy on YouTube. The first one I saw, which I think someone had posted it on like Facebook or something in a group, and it was him just like blasting like a song. Like, why does this song suck? Mm-hmm. And it's like a Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Yeah.
Danny California, and he breaks it down. He's like, this song doesn't suck because it was a blatant ripoff of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, you know, Mary Jane's Last Dance, whatever. Yeah. It's not bad because the drum beat is like a Wu-Tang Clan drum beat that literally Chad said he stole from that. Like it was inspired. It's not bad because the guitarist plays Purple Haze, like or whatever the Jimi Hendrix lick.
Yeah.
He's like 9 times. He's like, what's really bad is like Anthony Kiedis, whatever how you say his last name, the singer, his lyrics and like the way he just phones it in. He's like, that's why this song's bad.
Yeah.
He's like, because it was the last thing that could have been original and it still wasn't. And it's just horrible. He's like, the other, drums, okay, those can fall, but guitar kind of falls into that trap of like trying to be inspired, but you kind of just go with it. And like Flea just kind of sucked. He's like, the times when he could have been a solo, like he could have fucking ripped like the bridge. No, he just fucking just held it.
Just phoned it in.
Yeah. But it's funny how he goes through it. And then he goes, this is how the song should be. And he'll go and he like plays this song over and like he does the same lyrics. But then he even breaks down lyrics like, what, getting born in the state of Mississippi? He's like, I had to look that up. I've never heard that before. He's like, you would think that's like a common saying, like getting born. He's like, no, it's not.
Nobody ever says that.
Nobody says that. He's like, but if you look at like the way that the Tom Petty song starts off, it's very similar.
Getting born in the state of Mississippi. Papa was a papa. Mama was a hippie.
Yeah, but she was born in Indiana town, and then it's like getting born in the state of Mississippi. He's like, fuck. And so he goes to these like scenarios, like, you know, they're in the studio recording. It's like Flea walks up, hey man, you know, you think about changing those lyrics maybe a little bit? He's like, no. He's like, and the guitarist in, hey man, you think about changing those lyrics? He's like, no. And then he's like, and then Big Cat, you know, Chad Smith walks in there. I don't know if that's really his I don't know if that's really his nickname, but for this instance in the story, that's his nickname. He walks in there, hey man, can you change it? He's like, I'll change it to get bored. He's like, no, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
So he goes through all these funny. It's like a whole production. He makes it great.
It's like he's doing like kind of the joke entertainment music channel.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's more than just like Jared Dines of like making faces. Jared Dines is making faces the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he plays this stuff, and you know it's funny, and it's like
you sent me one of them, and I'm like, I think
it was the
Lenny Kravitz Super Bowl one.
the
like the shittiest.
The Kravitz Bowl. Yeah. It was first of all like, what the fuck is that? It's like
two shitty Lenny Kravitz songs.
Yeah, and they both are like Grammy nominated songs. They're both like, oh, everyone loved them back in the fucking like 90s.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
it's
it was
funny.
Like, yeah. The
American Woman versus Fly Away.
Yeah.
He's like, cool. So one of these songs has no snare in it. All right. And one of these songs, the bass doesn't even come in until half the song. So we're already off to a great start here.
Yeah.
He's like, so he analyzes the shit out of these songs. Just like,
I like watched like briefly. I'll have to check it out. What was the guy's name again?
It's Pat Fernity.
Or Pat Fernity.
Fernity or Fernity. That's this bald dude with a hat. It's funny though. Like, I don't know. It's funny. I was just like driving, listening to him. Like, fuck, it's hilarious the way he comes up with this stuff. It's
kind of breaking down songs and stuff like that. But like actually in a funny,
and the jokes that he puts in there, like he's like, yeah, this Weezer album. he's like this Green Album came out in 2001, which was the most significant thing of 2001, and he's like, which was the second most significant thing of 2001. He like
it's a joke. Yeah, you're like,
like Jesus Christ,
Jesus. That's good. I mean,
yeah, it's a little dark, but it's fun. He's got some funny things. If you weren't like listening, he doesn't say like, oh, he doesn't like hit you on the nose with it, but he says things like that. You're like, wait a minute, did he just fucking make a 9/11 joke?
Yeah,
he did. He did.
But yeah.
Anyways,
I'll have to check out some more of those videos. You were
pretty good.
Send me a couple.
Yeah. That's what's new. What do you got?
Let's see. I did actually plug in and play the Ampeg Classic rig.
What?
This week. So I just fired that bad boy up. So it's the Ampeg Classic, the tube 300 watt head, of Kyle's, and then the 410 HLF Classic cab. So
nice.
Yeah, it's a classic combo there.
It's a classic combo.
It's great. It is definitely. It's great. There's definitely a huge difference between the sound and feel of that, even at just like house bedroom volumes versus the TerraBass combo.
Yeah,
which I love that amp. It's great. For portability and stuff like that, the sound's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
but
and you can make up the rest from the sound guy.
Yeah, which you're gonna DI anyways, but. Having that in the room, I'm like, whoa, it's fucking warm.
Whoa, is that a tube amp? I can feel the warmth from here, bro.
Tubes in there.
Whoa, dude, is there fire in here? Fucking feel it.
Just kind of running the classic at everything at noon, just like
You changed my settings?
Yep. EQ wise, I think there is still Sharpie marks of where your settings were, which you probably don't need anymore. It's like I actually just dial it in.
Yeah.
But running the dark glass through it, so it's just kind of keeping that thing as like more of just like the power amp section and a little bit of drive and grit from the amp itself.
Nice.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely running it a little different than you would. I know you had the gain higher when you would play with it. This one is kind of running the gain a little lower because
save those tubes.
Yeah, the gain's coming from the dark glass.
Yeah,
it's an awesome sounding amp. It's needs a little bit of a tune up, a little bit of a checkup. It is a little crackly.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of a if you some of the input knob input jack. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so it's nothing with the once it's there.
It's a little shaky, and if you kind of twist some of the knobs, you can get some crackling. So it might just need to be cleaned. Yeah, is my guess.
Refret and a fucking clean.
Yeah.
God damn it. These are junk. I got these both at the same store too.
Mm-hmm.
Same time.
It's been almost 20 years. So I'll probably take that guy in. Maybe
top gear or something.
Next paycheck. I'll probably take it in because I'm probably gonna hold on to this I'll probably hold on to this for a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
But I definitely do want to try and like gig this out because I'm like, damn, that thing is awesome. I would like to play it and see if I hear the same things that you did. Like, well, it doesn't hit the frequencies, but I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. It could be also different because I'm doing.
You're not singing, so maybe you're not gonna worry about it. That's what I was.
I'm doing some woes and oohs and ahs and.
Oh wow! Don't over fucking do it.
All right. Nobody cares. I have one song that I do some woes that I'm like, Brian's like, good job. He just is playing. He's drumming and then he just stops like, thumbs up.
He gives you the Chuck Norris thumbs up.
Yeah. No, but it is totally. I know we talk about it. It's like which is totally giggable and stuff like that for a smaller amp. But man, once you play one of the big ones, it fucking is rad. I mean, playing DI is totally great. If you have a DI completely silent stage, if people play at church or people play band practice or even smaller, whatever they do, or if you play like 100 watt like Rumble or something like that, and then they're just gonna go DI anyways, you're playing a fucking show. That's cool. But man, once you play like the amp, that's like playing, I don't know, which, like an AC30. Once you play one of those, as opposed to just like, a plug-in or, a stomp, and you're like, oh shit. Not to say that, either one's bad. Like I still love the just going DI with the dark glass or playing the orange, which the orange combo, you could probably, you can carry that thing with a hand.
Yeah.
Whereas the Ampeg, you couldn't carry any part of that with a hand, just the cables, I guess. So I'm talking about the classic cab, classic cab, HLF. It's a 410 with a horn there, and then the
extra horny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the head, 300 watt head, tube head, and boy, it is, that's why it's like it's a go-to for a lot of plugins and stuff like that. It's like throw an amp like in there. I'm like, yeah, no, there's a reason. Mm-hmm. It is rad. So like I said, it's not as portable as the Terror bass, but it's also less boxy. Like, and I can't think of a better descriptor. For some of the sound of the Terror bass is more directional, more boxy, kind of like this sounding. Yeah, I would say, but it's still, it's fine for a stage. Anyways, so I had a lot of fun just fucking around with that. I'm like, oh, this is, yep, it's great. It's great. If I really wanted to be like, I'm gonna play with an Ampeg, I'm sure I could just use your SVT3, and that would be like a lot more foolproof than the classic. Because classic, I'm like, it's been sitting in, sitting around unplayed for.
Might join a band out here, I might make a one-man band. I might need walking around with like the bass drum on my back, and like I'll need a bass And then I'll need a big ass bass amp to drive all that shit.
Here.
You know?
What I'll do is I'll hold on to the classic, and then I'll send you my Terrabase. No. I'm just kidding.
Probably fine.
The next gig that we got coming up for Just In Case is going to be, I guess, a week from the release of this episode.
Nice.
Playing at Kin Club. So that one, I'm, it'd be cool to use the classic, but I'll just bring my Terrabase until I get that guy a little tune-up.
Do it with the extension cab.
Mm-hmm.
Stack it.
Yeah,
Get
that's
that
what I'm
full
going to do.
stack going.
I absolutely don't need it because they're going to go DI out of the dark glass, but
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the extension cab because might as well. Just crank that bitch. So we're playing Ken Club with a couple of new bands that we've never played with before. So we're playing with a local punk band called Loudmouth, which is actually mine and Brian's, our barber's band, with a couple of the guys from the barber shop over at Dapper J's. So it is a modern day punk rock barbershop quartet kind of deal. Actually, yeah. Some of the yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to say
boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the guys at the shop, they have a band called Loudmouth, so I'm excited to play with them. And then also a band from San Diego called the Petty Saints. They are actually really rad. They are very, not to be a detriment to them, but they remind me a lot of the Gaslight anthem. So I dig that. So playing 2 new bands, and then we have a good solid song list set that we're playing, but Adam's amp is still on the fritz. I think during summer, it was not summer, maybe during we're in March right now. It was probably a couple months ago, probably during October-ish or whatever.
Yeah.
His Carvin kind of started to shit the bed. Probably a tube issue. Who knows what it could be? It was just kind of a thing of we don't have any gigs coming up, and then also it's to have the money just to okay, I'm gonna bring this, and it's probably gonna be a couple $100. And then it's oh, this comes up. He's oh shit. So he hit me up and he's hey Brian, can I borrow one of your amps? And I'm okay, cool. So he's gonna borrow the Rock Reverb 50. I'm well, I am definitely not using. It's not gonna be I need that back so I can put it on the shelf again.
But I need extra dust in my room. I need collected.
Yeah. So he fired that up. I brought it to band practice last week, and it sounded rad because we've been using just a Marshall HDFX or whatever's at the space, and we just get used to that. I'm that sounds fine. I like it, the idea that you can play, on not the best gear, and if you can just make it sound good and work for you, then
it's like playing with a weighted bat.
I was about to make that same joke.
Nobody plays with a weighted bat. You don't go and swing
a ball. Exactly. No, that doesn't.
Use it just to stretch, to practice.
Yeah,
you don't play with it.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing with like a weighted vest.
Yeah, or ankle weights. It's not the same.
Goku training when you wear a weighted shirt or boots or something. Yeah. Anyway, so he was playing with the Rock Reverb, and it's great, but it is funny that you can actually tell somebody's sound, their tone,
Yeah.
Adam's sound for Just In Case is definitely not an orange. And I thought it sounded good, but he was right. And even Brian was oh, that sounds good. And Adam's well, it's not really my sound. And I was yes, he is right, because I think his sound is definitely leaning more towards rectifier, Mesa, dual rectifier. And then I think he could either also switch to JCM 800. But as much as he wants to be the classic rock, kind of rock and roll 800 guy, he's definitely more just a dual rectifier. That's just his kind of sound. So hearing that, which is a stark difference from a Rock Reverb, I'm when people say, so does it the figures? I'm well, I mean, yes, you're right. The playability and the accuracy of the song and the musicianship is in the fingers, right? But
It's in the mind for me, but yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
Like floating in it. Like,
I'm just shut your mind off, man.
Tone is in the brain,
dude. Tone. I mean, I'm more of a spiritual alchemist. Immediate experience is everything, bro. I'm not a material reductionist.
Musical alchemist.
You're like material reductionist when it comes to gear, man. What?
Shut up.
Are you high? Yeah.
Definitely.
So, anyways, just hearing that, it sounds cool. So he's gonna use that, but it's kind of funny that even just from an outside perspective of like, oh, I'm the bassist in the band. I'm like, that definitely is not his sound. Totally. I mean, for a gig, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna find. Does anybody like on a forum or like on Facebook? Any local bands have a dual rectifier we could borrow?
Or a JCM 800.
Yeah. Sean Tolley's like, hey, yes.
I'll even bring it there for you.
Yeah, totally fine. Just using the rock reverb just so I can get through the fucking gig. So, but yeah, so that's what I got going on. I'm gonna play the Birdo bass for that show.
Nice.
So, I'm excited. Texted Justin. He was like, "Oh, that's nice. That's cool. It'll be like a local show to him. Maybe he'll come out. His his parents live by Kent Club. I'm like, go and just crash over to their house.
So you have made like a lifetime of making fun of bassists who don't play their own equipment, and here you are. Your full rig is gonna. Oh, actually, you're gonna play your orange. Never mind.
If I played your amp, yes, the bass amp
That's what I was getting
would be not mine, and the bass would not be mine.
The cab, the head, yeah, everything in between. Yes, but
yeah. Unfortunately, if the head was working, I could actually grab the SVT3,
just
play the SVT3, and then play the HLF cab.
Yeah, be rad still.
And then I play none of my own stuff.
Yeah,
I could switch out the dark glass
up there too.
Throw
the 810 up there too.
810 would be rad. I do not want to lug around an 810.
Yeah, especially on that hill there, you like lose it.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's the what's new and long one, I think, for both of us. But some good stuff coming out. If you are in San Diego, check out the Just in Case show with Loudmouth and the Petty Saints coming up. So, on the March 18th, Friday, I believe, at the Ken Club. It's a fun bar, cash only.
Yeah.
That is a downside for that one. But anyways, let's get some. I was going to say some topics. We have a topic. So
we have time for no topics, but let's get
no. We got a topic. This could be just a quick run through here. So, I saw that buddy Johnny Ray, friend of the show, he posted in the group a mini pedal board that he was getting going there. Let's see if I got a picture for the video folks here. He's kind of got all his mini pedals together, and you can kind of see, it's a little too much for a board, but it looks like a pretty rad selection there. So you got the banana effects.
Yeah.
He's got three of them.
Three of them.
Mm-hmm. And then the Echo Baby.
They have really hard names to pronounce, actually.
Mandala?
Well, except for that one.
Mandala?
And then Abracadabra, but the other ones, I can't remember what they were.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's hard, because I can't remember it.
Yeah. Well, then he's got the Love Pedal ones, the Echo Baby and the Tremolo. Those are really rad pedals. And then he speaks always highly of Fairfield circuitry, the compressor. I don't remember the name of it. Is it on there?
Fuck.
Son of a bitch. But anyways, it's a compressor. He always
keep talking.
Talks about it. But so this is Johnny's. Like, he's kind of building a mini pedal board, and it kind of got me thinking about my own mini pedal board that I have built. So this guy here Yeah, I am pretty
It's the accountant.
accountant. So
Yep.
this is the board I have. I did feature it on RJ of Teletalk's channel, debut it, I guess, and then put it right back in the bag and in the closet. But it's kind of a, just an idea of mine that I was like, oh, I want to do a mini pedal board, but I don't want it to be shitty. And then I even have one spot CS6 on here, so it's like this is totally bump that. This is totally just a giggable board. So for guitar, so I could grab this. The one that I like a lot, but I don't utilize as much, it's harder to do with the camera here, is the Supermoon from Mr. Black pedals.
Yeah.
I probably, if I was going to make one more usable pedal, I would like to get a mini tremolo. So, because having 2 reverbs, I'm like,
yeah. You could have
cool.
one extreme.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
Not
use
really
that much reverb. Anyway, so I want to do a quick topic here. Talking about mini pedals, like a mini pedal board that we would do. So kind of inspired by Johnny, but I just love that idea. So much that I made my own. But I think like if we could each make our own, virtual pedal boards. I'm gonna do one for bass, just because like I already made one for guitar, so that'd be boring, right?
Yeah.
So, I guess we should maybe start off with each other's guitar. Guitar. You're doing guitar. I'm doing bass.
Yeah. Oh wait, what? No, I'm just kidding. I got it.
Yeah, I'm like
Just
trying to
fucking
manage
up.
screens here as I'm trying to talk. Did you want to maybe go pedal by pedal for each one of us or did you want to go through your whole board?
Well, let's go through the whole board since we're gonna do,
We'll do a screen share. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to do yours first, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can do it.
mine?
I'll do mine.
Okay.
No, I'll do mine. You already got to share.
I know
2
I did.
boards. Okay.
Show Johnny's board and my board.
All right. Here's mine. So,
All right. You chose
kind of shitty, a little pixelated,
a mini pedal board, so you chose the Nano
Yeah.
Plus, right? So a little bit more elbow room there.
And I did this on the pedal planner, but for some reason when I transferred over, there's no gap like behind, there's no relief space for the cables to go to when I copied and pasted it. Oh well, who cares?
Fuck.
Polytune, the Noir, come on, the 2, the no brainer. I think when it comes to a mini tuner, I mean, they're great.
Yeah. No, I actually have yours on my board.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I got to give that to you.
I saw that
With the Sans amp, and your guitars.
Yeah. Uh huh.
All right.
Better
all right.
fucking go quick.
That was a reminder or quicker. Reminder.
All right.
Brian,
No, that's fine. I want you to use it, but I also don't want you to use it.
That one I'm totally not using, so you can have it back.
Okay.
Sans amp I'm using. Anyways, but yes, you got Polytune standard.
Yeah, standard. Yeah, and then also SP Comp, exotic.
That is a pedal that I kind of regret getting rid of because it was so good. It just worked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
this next one is
okay. Yeah.
Keep
I was
going.
saying
No,
a compressor.
top of
How much can you miss one? But I'm like, that one was so easy to use and it just fucking worked all this. I'm like, but I think I got I got, money for this and I like money. And now I'm like,
I like
fuck.
money.
Yeah. So if you ever get one of those, just hold on to it. They're great.
And they're not that expensive, right?
No, that's why I'm thinking about getting another one. That's like a stupid move.
Also, you might see I kind of cheated a little bit. I mean, I put these, staggered them up and down here. But we'll see how that we'll see how that pays off. No, so this next one is the Maleco Trim.
Yes.
So they have a bunch of mini pedals from the Omicron line. So have everything except for a delay, by the way.
Those
line.
are those
in
are
that
great
line
pedals.
of minis. They do have delays, but they're full size.
The Maleco
So I guess
Mini.
Yeah. I guess it can't be done. You
the-
can't put you can't put delays into
mini
pedals. Yeah.
Unless it's carbon copy or another one you're going to talk about.
Yeah,
but
except a lot.
Those, I had the Meleco, I think it was the Chiclet reverb. That one, because they had the full size, or the MXR size one, which was the chicken reverb. They had the Chiclet, and it was great.
It was just
one
with the barcode on it, like the barcode on the front. That's
I
cool.
believe so,
or at least it looks like a barcode. But
it's just it was like a shit ton of reverb or more shit ton of reverb. It was like never subtle. Whereas I have on mine, which I shown, which is the faux reverb from Wampler.
Yeah.
Great. It's just for when you want just like a little bit, just that subtle ass reverb. It's great. Yeah. But the Meleco trem, I like that. Speed, depth, boom, done.
Yeah, exactly. And I tried, actually, you've probably seen it, but I tried to not double up on any brands because I could have easily, like with Meleco, gone, well, I'll just they have that all pedal line, I'll just get them all, or the Ibanez, or even the Banana Knot had like 4 other pedals that were, like very, I don't know, they had a lot of crazy shit. I'm like, that pedal alone, actually, that reverb, we'll get to it. No, we're not going to go into depth on it, but it is nuts. It's a Shimmer Reverb, but anyways. All right.
Oh, no, they are. They're crazy. Well, we'll have to get to it, but yeah.
Well, so
but doubling up on on brands,
Yeah, so
or you could just do all TC.
Yeah, exactly.
All Ibanez, yeah.
I still would like to have an all Ibanez board. Those pedals look really cool. All right, so the Mr. Black vintage chorus. I mean, I've never played one, but I've never played a bad Mr. Black pedal.
Mr. Black,
they have their really cool, like their dual, like their bigger pedals, awesome, like their stereos. I'm like, this would be like a CE2 or whatever, because I'm still going for that 80s sound. So, and that leads me to I do play my clones through them, so which might not be your 80s sound, but shape it into something that's close.
Yeah.
Your clones are more your rock and roll, I guess, but who cares? The Tumnus is great. You know it.
Yeah.
You have
Wampler
one.
Tumnus. Yeah. They're awesome.
And then go ahead.
Yeah, and the next one that you got too is awesome.
The Sewer Riot, you saw it on the board that you have. Great pedal. It's cool. It's in such a small form factor. The next one I don't really know too much about, which is the Nobles or Nobels. I'm guessing it's Nobles. The OD. I think it's similar to a Tube Screamer.
I think it's kind of its own thing.
Okay.
I've never, and same thing, I've never played one myself. So
I don't know. I just saw
I
it.
don't think they're that expensive.
Shit. No,
those mini guys.
No, I think they're like 80 or under. So
yeah, might be worth getting one to try out.
Yeah.
But another thing about the Riot pedal, I really like that thing at low distortions. So if you get that thing about 9 o'clock, and it sounds great. It can go full board and doesn't get like too like fizzy, like with distortion.
Yeah.
It holds up the whole way through, but just getting that and then stacking something like a Tumnus in front of it, bingo, bango, bongo. And then
the Ibanez Delay, you had that too. So it's funny. I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pedals basically that you actually own. I only own one of them, actually, the Polytune. So the analog delay is great, super simple, great form factor, super durable. It just seems super durable. It's heavy for how small it is.
Yeah, mine, I had you crack open to change out the LED on that.
Yeah.
I don't know, so you've been
I've been up in them guts.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like you've been inside of it. Yep, roll that one on in. Roll that over the plate and just boom.
Swing for the fences.
Yeah.
the banana Shimmer Reverb is what they call it.
Mhm.
It has so many settings.
Yeah.
And I just hope that there's also like a subtle one. I'm guessing that there is with the mix. At least you could mix it down.
That's the one that Johnny has.
Yes.
Was it Abracadabra banana?
Yeah,
or something like that?
Abracadabra.
Okay.
Damn.
I mean, I know he's building his board. I kind of want to try that again. There are so many settings. I don't know if you can read that, but like there are like 8 different options to change, and within
different
that,
octaves, different everything.
Mm-hmm. It's a crazy pedal. They're based out of Japan, I believe.
Yes. So there's a.
They don't make a subtle one. They're all just like, all right, here's everything in a mini pedal.
Yeah, and everything's super small. So the Matroshka is a bass synth. The Mandela, which he also has. I think he has the Matroshka also. He has the Mandela glitch pedal. I think he's got the Aurora too. Or did he have 3 or 4 on there?
I don't know.
I think it's 3.
But I mean, with those pedals, I don't hear a lot about them ever at all. It's funny. Maybe it's just some of the gear scenes or whatever that we're seeing on social media, as far as like Instagram or whatever, or even in groups. You never fucking hear about them. But those pedals are rad, and there's so much. I'm like, they're way more like, because you can hear about like, nothing wrong with them, and hold on, Kyle. You hear people like innovations and shit that like Walrus are doing. I'm like, they've done those in half the size. And the banana nut things.
Yeah. But loaded those things. I'm sure there's multiple circuit boards in those things. There's got to be.
Yeah. Wouldn't
ridiculous.
Not want to get in those guts.
No. All right. That's my board. What do you got?
All right. Mine's a little quicker here.
Thank God.
So I'm doing a bass board, and I want to do something a little different than what I'm currently using. But it's actually some of the same ones that you have.
Damn.
So for bass, I would go
some
Polytune.
Of them. There's 3 of them.
Yep. Actually, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it now. It's like I'm taking it all in. And I was so excited to see this, and I'm like, on yours. I'm like, oh wait, shit, that's on mine. Oh shit, okay, whatever. And so this is why it's gonna be quick. So Polytune Mini. I do like the Polytunes. We didn't talk about it on Kyle's, but they are great. I never use the Polytune function of like hit all the strings and see. No. Yeah. I like them because there are, you can see them on almost any stage. So one bad thing, the TU2 and TU3 are great tuners. You can throw them off a bridge. I think I heard story guitar nerds dumped it in some beer and it still worked.
Nice.
But you put them in sun, you can't read the fucking anything indicator on there.
Yeah, like, not bright enough.
So now it's just, I mean, it works, but I don't know if it does.
Yeah.
But Polytune Minis and the Polytune line from TC does work outside in the sun. So those are great. And then we already talked about the praises, and I love the SB compressor. I had it. I used it on bass. I had great on guitar, and I sold it. I shouldn't have, because you can see with the blend knob here and just a volume. Just get a unity and get the the blend kind of to taste, and then the high, low, and mid. I don't know if you can see those. That little knob there. You want low compression, you want mid, or you want higher compression. That's what that is. Super easy. And then I don't use it currently on just in case stuff, because I mean there would be maybe one song that I could use chorus for, and really in a band mix.
Sounds great.
I'd have to try and I have like a couple bass solos, so I would use it sparingly.
Chorus is good. Chorus is good. It thickens that shit up, I think.
I would my bass solos, baby.
Yeah.
I have like one boom 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 boom. Boom, boom. That's my bass solo.
Yeah. Fucking get it.
That is the solo. And if I fuck it up, Adam's like,
God damn it.
He's like, his neck turns around like he's like possessed. He's like, did you mean to do that?
You trying to give me a corner?
His head spins. And then Brian's like, he just looks at me like, ah! It's like when we would have band practice and somebody would mess up, we'd be like, ah. We'd finger point like, you're the one.
Not me this time. Ah.
So my one bass solo, the chorus would be great for it.
Nice.
And then it does have the mix knob on there, which would be great for bass. So one, these kind of go together because they would be always on, which would be the 5th Gear Overdrive by Southampton pedals. This is one that I do own. It is rad for bass. And it is one, not to disparage it, but it kind of doesn't sound that good into just like a flat, clean amp.
Yeah.
This is subjective here. So for me and my experience, it sounds great into a pushed amp or to like some type of like already driven preamp, which we're going to get into with the MXR bass thump pedal. So it's a preamp pedal. So it's got the your 3-band EQ has the output and then like kind of frequency for the mid knob there. And then if the 5th gear is pushing that, because I've used the 5th gear pushing the Sans amp, it sounds fucking great. I'm not even going into an amp, just into the Sans amp. It's actually great. And just even the little guy, you have the bigger full on one.
Yeah, I got
the 3 knobs there. And
I don't know if my camera's still on, but
I can stop mine. But yeah, that guy,
it's got a car on it.
So that one is a little bit more involved, and it's definitely like an overdrive. And it, I think he's stated, or it's been in a couple forums. It's like it's not really like your showstopper overdrive, but it's the one that can add a little bit onto something that you're doing, especially for bass. So those two in conjunction, I think they'd be rad. And I believe I don't know, a lot of MXR stuff I have been enjoying, especially the mini versions for bass. And I think the podcast started where I had a problem with MXR bass shit, but they did fix it. So
yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm a happy boy. And so MXR bass stuff, MXR mini stuff. I love it. So yeah, that's the mini board. Kind of a little bit more boring and a lot of repeats from Kyle's. But Kyle's is more of the fun one.
Yeah.
This is one that I'm like, I actually could use that. But yeah, Kyle's a fun guy. And
and a fungus too.
Yeah. So let's get on out of here.
Let's do it.
Done babbling. All right, just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We have a Facebook group. Search the Tone Jerks, you'll find it, and then also it's linked in the description of the podcast. And follow us on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. We're posting cool shit on the reg.
Well, Brian
posting cool. Yeah, Kyle's just
we found that out. Was it?
Yeah.
Do that on Patreon?
Yeah, Kyle's just creeping on IG. He's never posted.
Yeah, just in the shadows, just lurking.
I think he's using Instagram twice as much as I am, but he's never posting.
Yeah,
he's keeping an eye out.
Dude, it's happening. Looking for those memes, man.
If it's happening on the internet, Kyle sees it.
If you want to see some of the memes,
internet.
I am. Yeah, I want to see some of those memes. Hit me up, dude. I'll get you on the mailing list.
Get me on that list. Get me on the list.
I'll get you on the email chain.
Yeah. So Instagram at the Tone Jerks, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hopefully you already are, but if you're watching the video here, from what I see, over 80, almost 90% of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed. So I would like to change that. Let's get it down to 69%, baby, who are not subscribed.
Wait, what?
Subscribe. Again, all of these are linked in the description of the podcast. And then, if you like the show, you can help support it on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And you get, for $2, you get an RSS feed. you get to put that in your favorite podcatcher, and you get to listen to all the bonus episodes that come out and all the previous bonus content.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had more plosives in there. Past, previous, podcast, premium, baby. Anyways, over there on Patreon, you get
a new
RSS
split screen
feed.
on your mic there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do one of these. But you get, I think we have we definitely have over 200 bonus episodes over there. Probably closer to 200.
Probably closer to 600. Yeah.
Closer to 220 bonus episodes for $2 a month. And if you wanted to be sneaky, you could just pay $2 a month and then download them all to your drive. Anyways, Kyle's like, fuck off. Don't tell him the cheat codes. But anyways, we just wanted to, give you, all the people that support the show a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it right here.
Why don't you give it to...
I have Andrew Walsh. I have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove.
You're like, I'm so disappointed.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. Also, the Second Button Podcast, which is a Seinfeld listen, watch along that Brian is also a part of. Oh, yeah. But don't listen to it because you want to hear Brian's sweet and sultry voice. Listen to it because Andrew is a king. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put out like episodes where I'm just blocked out and you just hear Andrew.
Yeah. Dead air and then like just one side of the conversation.
That's the bonus episode.
God. That's a great. We should do that for.
What if we should add another tier for $3 where we have Patreon episodes of the main where it's separate tracks. You can listen to the Brian track or the Kyle track. You just talk to him like, "Oh, Kyle, that's sick."
Or you just hear me breathing and then, yeah,
and you hear me just like, yeah. It's on Matt and Shane. They said on Matt and Shane this week. That's all you hear.
Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Christ from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprise Me podcast. Are you doing the cat
we're doing Kyle's cover of Dracula.
Oh, Dracula? Yeah. Back of my Dracula. We got Joe from Like My Pedals and the Just Surprise Me podcast, and also Masters of the Cinematic Universe. Sorry, like tore like a freaking.
Just gonna like add music and just like.
All right.
It's our head banging.
Sorry. First time I had to take like a drink break. God,
me too.
Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me podcast. We also have Tony DeGraw from the Signal Path podcast. He also drops in on Just Surprise Me. He's doing Masters, right?
Well, him and Joe started, I guess, just this week. I saw a new King of the Hill podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Boggle State Champions, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boggle State Champions, yeah. I guess we'll add that to the list. These guys must have so much fucking free time.
I honestly,
I was kidding.
like,
I don't think they do.
I text Joe. I'm like, how the fuck do you have like so many podcasts? I can't even do the 2 that I have.
I can't even get through this fucking read. You know?
I know. I'm bugging Kyle's ass and Andrew's, and then I still can't figure out my fucking interface.
Oh God, stop bringing that up. All right, just fucking throw that thing away. It's trash. All right. We also have RJ Smith, Teletalks, Stream Talk Repeat. We have Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Howie Feltersnatch, Jason Fuzzmonger. We have Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars. You're doing your head bob like it's the Home Depot. Bum bono, bum bono, bum bono.
I like that instead.
That's what I picture. The corner of my eye. That's what I see you.
You just got to get your cats to start doing.
Yeah. I can't even get them to stop throwing up, so I don't think we can get there.
The cat's like, this is your bed.
Yeah. I guess I was gonna say that in the what's new, but I forgot about it.
Or your cat just throws up on your bed. You're like, thanks, dude.
I fed them. They were whining. I fucking fed them. I think one was just like, like fucking hungry hippos. Just
I'm never gonna eat again.
I know, ate everything, and then I came back
day
into
ahead of me of just like sitting and then
sleeping and puking on things that you actually used to sleep. Yeah, I had a folded I had just washed it last week. I hadn't used it as a blanket because hasn't gotten super cold here in a bit. But I had it folded. He likes to go to the top, like because it's the tallest point in the bedroom. It's like he goes up there and I walked in after I was getting ready and just kibble, just like in its whole form still. He's like, "Oh, I left that for you. Think you take care of that?" Don't worry. I picked.
Do they sleep with you?
Yeah, and I usually kick them out though, like at 4 or like 2, because they start running around and like stepping on my face. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Bastards. Yeah. One of them like has no regard for like human life.
No regard
Yeah,
at all.
She'll run across my face.
The Herman used to sleep with me, and he was like this big. I mean, he's like like a loaf of bread, and he would just take up the whole fucking bed. And he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna push my his little legs that are like size of like a stack of quarters maybe." He's like pushing you against the wall because I need more bed. And I'm like, Jesus Christ,
his legs were worth $10 in quarters.
Yeah. He's like, how are you able to push me and just like fuck up my whole sleep pattern? He's like, no, this is my bed.
Well, like if
I bet the cats are divide and conquer.
Yeah, well, like if I lay like on my back and they'll find like between my legs, they'll sleep there. So then I'll like roll. I'm like, God damn it! Like I'll basically cover them with the blanket on accident or kick them. Or like if I'm laying on my side and my legs are kind of like scissored a little bit, they'll sleep right there. I'm like, what if I roll back over? I'm gonna like kill you.
It's like have like an understanding of like
I know
the size.
Yeah,
They just sleep between you and Carrie. I'm like, we got them covered.
Yeah. Don't worry, Kyle doesn't roll over in his sleep.
Yeah. Kyle, you take air,
annihilate.
And then boom.
All right, Co Schneider from Night Tides. Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars.
I'm going to leave all that in.
Mel Chibson of Chibson Guitars.
Bonus cat content.
Yeah. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey from Shadowhounds, the band, down in San Antone. Oh, yeah, I also did another cover of like, I was trying to get...
Shadowhounds?
No. I said San Antone. There's a George Strait song that I was trying to just kind of do like a rock and roll version of like a country song, just to kind of, because like country and rock and roll, they share a lot of the same, obviously they're chords and they're just country's a lot slower.
Yeah, it's like, was it the what was that? Those like what's it, the brother and sister? Is it the
for
a
what?
little bit country, a little bit rock and roll.
Oh, you're talking about the Osmonds?
Yeah,
Donny
totally.
Osmond.
That's where. Yeah, that's
no,
where you
it's not. It still wasn't rock and roll. Probably wasn't even country either. All right, Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects, Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects, Mike Oxbig, UG Rection, and D's Nuts got him. Zach Hale, Eric Merrill from Elm Effects, Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast, Tim Nowick from Bardic Audio Devices, Sorry.
Is it audio devices?
Bardic Audio Devices. Not from fucking Sweden. Sorry, guys. Bardic Audio Devices.
Oh, fuck. Fuck my cubicle. My cubicle.
Cubicles. Shut the
fuck.
Jonathan, no one gives a shit. All right. Tyler Rhines. No, Jonathan Jerezik from 12th Hour Devices. Oh, yeah. Do I have that?
You could still talk.
I have that on like 10 of my fingers.
You're
Only
the one who's
10.
making this longer.
Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram. Michael Fenslaw. He says whatever he wants and then gets deleted.
What about his brother, Matthew?
And then Matthew Fenslow. Oh, fuck. Did I say Michael Fenslow?
Got him. Yeah, you did.
Damn it. Cut it.
Jamie,
Matthew Fenslow.
roll that back.
Yeah. Michael McVeigh. He's going to fucking rip me a new one.
He should.
I've seen the devices he has. I think he already has ripped himself one.
Matthew's he's a dog for sure. Even though they try and delete his negative comments on certain groups.
Yeah.
Those cocksuckers. Anyways.
Michael McVeigh. Matthew Davis. And that is the list.
All right. We're running late here. We're just babbling.
Sorry, guys.
Punch drunk and real drunk. All right. Kyle's punch drunk and I'm like, I'm angry. All right. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.